Hello and welcome to Deck Builders Orlando, where we talk all things outdoor living. In this episode from Tough Deck Builders Orlando, we are going to talk about the part of your deck you almost never see, the footings and foundations holding everything up. When most homeowners picture a deck, they see boards, railings, maybe stairs and furniture. But underneath all of that is a system of posts and concrete that carries the weight. If that system is undersized, too shallow, or poorly spaced, the deck can sag, tilt, or even fail long before the surface wears out. Let us break down how this works in simple terms. Think of a deck like a table. The top is the deck boards, the legs are the posts, and the feet of the legs are the footings. If the legs are too skinny or the feet are not planted firmly, the table will wobble. With a deck, those feet are usually concrete poured below the ground. Their job is to spread the load out into the soil and keep the structure from sinking or shifting. The right depth for those footings depends on local conditions, including frost in colder areas and soil types. In Central Florida, we do not deal with frost like northern states, but we still have to respect soil strength, moisture, and code requirements. Footings that are too shallow or too small can slowly press into the ground, especially under heavy decks with lots of people, hot tubs, or roof structures. Spacing also matters. Posts that are too far apart force beams to span more distance than they should. Over time, beams can sag in the middle, making the deck feel bouncy or uneven. Proper design calculates how far each piece of framing can safely span, then places posts and footings to match those limits. It is not guesswork, it is basic structural planning. Now, connect that to the materials you see. Many homeowners invest in long-lasting surfaces, such as composite decking, assuming the entire deck will last that long. Composite products from brands like Fiberon can perform well for many years, but only if the structure under them stays straight and strong. If the footings fail, you can end up with a warped or leaning deck covered with boards that still look good but sit on a bad base. Water and drainage around footings also play a big role. If water collects at the base of posts or sits against concrete, it can soften soils and encourage rot where wood meets the ground. That is why we pay attention to grading, use the right post bases, and keep framing off the soil. A little planning at this stage prevents a lot of headaches later. As a homeowner, you do not have to design the structure yourself, but it helps to ask simple questions. How deep will the footings be? How far apart will the posts be? What kind of concrete and hardware will be used at the base? Clear answers to those questions tell you whether your builder is taking the foundation seriously. If you have an existing deck, signs of footing or foundation problems can include posts that are leaning, beams that are no longer level, or areas where the deck seems to have settled. Sometimes, we can correct those issues with repairs or additional supports. Other times, the most honest answer is that a rebuild with proper footings is the safest long-term solution. If you would like a professional look at your current deck or help designing a new one from the ground up, you can reach our team at 407-219-9951 or visit toughdeckbuildersorlando.com. We start every project by thinking about what is under the boards, not just how the surface will look. Thanks for listening to Deck Builders Orlando. Remember, a deck is only as strong as the footings and foundations you never see.